Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Marty coming at you once again with a Commons Man perspective. So, this morning we're going to talk about Kimberly Claxon. I believe that's her last name. It's spelled kind of funny, so if I'm pronouncing it wrong, that's my bad. But now, Kimberly is so-called running for Congress in the 7th District of Baltimore. Now, Kimberly's saying that she's going to Congress to change things in Baltimore. That's her goal. She's saying that the city is being ran by liberals, and crime, poverty, education, all of that is out of control because of the liberal agenda. Now, I'm not going to debate that with her, but what I will debate is this right here. If you're so concerned about the city of Baltimore, why are you running for Congress? That's my question to you. Now, my thing is, it's a known fact that by people going to Washington, D.C., it doesn't change in anything with these cities, these so-called Democrat-ran cities. It doesn't change anything. You have to understand one thing. Over the last 50 plus years, we have had Republicans and Democrats running the White House. Now, have it made a difference in any of these cities that we're talking about? Not really. You know, you might see a little change because of funding, but nothing really major has happened. So this right here shows you that a lot of these people who put up this fake outrage over these Democrat-ran cities, they're frauds. Nothing but frauds. It's all about money with them. Kimberly is not running to change anything in Baltimore. Kimberly is running to change her bank account. That's why Kimberly is running, bottom line. Because this is my thing. If you really was concerned about crime, education, and what's going on in your city, you're not going to run for Congress. You're going to run for local office. That's where the changes happen. That's how you affect change, by running for city council, by running for mayor. You don't run for Congress to try to change the city, because we all know that would not happen. See, that's one of the issues that we're having now with the Black Caucus, who's sitting in D.C. They're not doing anything for their districts back home. That's why their districts are being ran the way they're being ran, because they are powerless. See, Kimberly, you have to realize one thing. The federal government is separate from state and local governments. You cannot make decisions about the education system in the local government. You cannot make decisions on the police force enforcing crime in the inner city. You cannot make any change when it comes to housing, the neighborhoods, basically from Washington, D.C. You have to be in the local government. See, this is why I say, when y'all so-called black conservative Trump supporters want to speak up and speak out, you make yourself look dumb. Because the only thing you're doing is showing people that you're a fraud and you don't mean what you're talking about. You're just talking because you want to be out front. You want the notoriety. That's why you're doing what you're doing. You're not doing it to help your country. You're not doing it to help your state. You're not doing it to help your city. You're doing it for your own good, for your own pockets. And I tell everybody, when these people get up here and talk about they're running for Congress to help their city, to help their state, they're lying to you, because they know that the governors and the mayors run their states and their cities, and the federal government have no power over those things. The only power they do have, which is a little bit, is funding. That's it. Dollars. But when it comes to the say-so, they have no power. None whatsoever. So Kimberly, this is what I'll tell you. If you really want to effect change, don't run for Congress. Run for mayor. Run for city government. That's how you change things in your city. Since you're running around talking about how bad Baltimore is, why don't you run for mayor? Why don't you run for city council? Be a Republican among those Democrats that help improve Baltimore. Other than that, stop playing political games with people's lives. Because that's what you're doing. You're playing political games. stopping.